So we're working on a willow hut for my kiddos, and you can see the beginnings of that right now. It is spring. Ground is thawed enough to push the willow cuttings into the ground. So I'll give you a quick tour of that. So we started with a post in the middle. We went with a 10-foot circle and then just tied a rope 5 feet long with a marker right there on the end, and pulled the cardboard out, made our circle on our cardboard, and then went and just used a knife to puncture a hole in the cardboard for each slot, and shoved our willow cuttings down as far as we could go. So probably about 6 to 8 inches. And so the plan is, they've got their little entrance right here, and then we'll come and curve around, and we'll have a nice big willow structure. And will probably take about 2 years for that to grow big enough to actually start weaving stuff together well. So we'll give you an update then. Hey folks, well, it's been almost 2 growing seasons. So the beginning of this video you would have seen when we just put the willow cuttings into the ground, and those were sticking out of the ground, I don't know, 10, 12 inches, something like that. And now fast forward 2 summers, we're in August. 2 years after, or 2 summers after planting those, and you can see how tall these are. So you have some of these 7 feet tall, a lot of them 6 foot tall, and that's just 2 growing seasons. So here is the path. I actually just trimmed this back about a week ago, and so there's branches going every which way, and I still need to trim out the inside, or prune back the inside as well, but this is kind of the path that wraps itself around like that. And then looking on the inside, you can see how some of these branches are leaning in. So I would come back, and the worst ones, I'll come back here in the next week or so, and I'll trim all those back that are leaning in. And then I'll do the same thing in the spring. I could actually just wait for spring as well, but you can kind of see there's a really cool wall of willows all around. Already makes it a fun place, kind of like a fort that the kids can enjoy. One of the other things is when you do prune when they're dormant, you can take those cuttings and you can actually reuse those and add more to your willow huts. You could even add a maze or a doorway or entrance or something like that. You can start a whole nother one, which I did at the youth camp that I work at. I just put another one. That's just a year behind this one, so it'll take 3 years probably for that one to get to a point where the kids can enjoy it when they come for their week of summer camp. Once you have willows, then it's really easy to make more when you do those cuttings and just stick them in the ground like you did when you started this one. So the plan is next summer to start tying them together, weaving them together as they get a little bit taller, and then we'll have the true formations of our willow hut. And then we'll give you an update hopefully this next year.